Hello coaches, welcome back to another breakdown. Today we're going to look at a continuation / follow-up from our last video on restarting training in 2024. High tempo exercises with an element of fitness in and an element of getting towards that match sharpness. The difference between this one is more possession based exercises. So maybe you looked at last week's and said, these are great exercises, but I'd like to slow it down with a little bit more decision making, a little bit more emphasis on possession. In this breakdown, we're going to look at combining that element of possession with that element of tempo, high speed, intensity, put it all together, 3 exercises, perfect for that up-tempo session. If you want the details and the organization for the sessions, you can get it for free on the link below. The only thing I would ask is that you give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more content. Just like, subscribe, check out the links on modernsoccercoach.com. Appreciate all the support. Here we go. So the first exercise is a 5v2 possession and support exercise from Roger Schmidt. 7 players organised into one team of 5 and a possession team of 2. Game starts with a 4v2 in one square. One attacking teammate stays in the other square. Then after 5 consecutive passes in the 4v2, the possession team look to transfer the ball across to their teammate in the other square. After the transfer, 3 supporting players go across along with the defenders to recreate that 4v2 again. So players are constantly moving with possession. The possession team are awarded 1 point for each successful transfer. If the defending team win the ball back and they're looking for them to press all the time, they can score in the mini goals for 1 point. After each game, change the roles so players get the reps in possession and out of possession. High tempo game, really good exercise to start a possession session. Our next exercise is a Thomas Tuchel pressing game. This is brilliant. Exercise has 15 players. They're split into 3 teams of 5. Each team starts with an assigned zone. One team is designated as the defensive pressing team to start. So the coach starts the exercise by playing into one of the possession teams. 2 defensive players can go across the press. The possession team are looking to play 5 consecutive passes and then transfer the ball to the other possession team. When they do that, 2 new players have to go and press. If the defensive team win possession, they can play back into their zone or into the team in the other zone. And then after doing that, the rules now change. The team that loses possession now becomes the defensive team. So it's got that element of transition as well, which adds to that physical side of the game. You can create a scoring system where you add a point for a successful transfer. So again, incentivizes that pressing even more. Really good game to go into a possession exercise or a pressing exercise as well. Before we start the third exercise, if you enjoy the small-sided possession games with high intensity, or if you enjoy the press and warm-ups, we have ebooks on both on the links below a Modern Soccer Coach with tons more ideas around high-intensity pressing games, high-intensity possession games, and small-sided games if your training numbers are restricted as well. So for our third exercise, AC Milan 5v1 Rondo, something a little bit different. I love this idea. Small square and then a supply of balls located about 5-10 yards away. You've got 6 players. They're all assigned a number. On the coach's signal, the first player sprints to get a ball, passes it into the group, and then sprints in to defend. After they win the ball, the next player who's numbered must go and immediately do the same. So the game continues until everyone sprints and defends twice. Really good exercise for that competition element and for players to manage themselves too. High levels of communication, and it's competitive and it's fun. So there you have it, coaches. 3 exercises. If you enjoy them and you want the details of them, you can get them for free on the link below modernsoccercoach.com. We've got tons of free content on there. Don't forget to check the ebooks out as well if you enjoy the work. I'm a big fan of combining and aligning that high intensity physical work with the ball and with some sort of tactical objective. So depending on how you organize your session, if it's going to be a session on high pressing, then maybe then it's the Thomas Tuchel idea. If it's going to be an exercise on possession, then maybe it's the Roger Schmidt idea where it's more possession based. If it's going to be an element of transition, then it's a more transitional game. So I would always recommend that coaches look at the objective of the session before looking at the warm-up. Sometimes if the warm-up is not aligned with the objective, you might not get the intensity that you're looking for, or you might not be able to focus on certain topics that you're looking for in the session and keep that consistency. Again, it depends what you're looking for as a coach. So I hope you enjoy that. Before you leave, please, if you enjoy it, please give it a like and please subscribe so you do not miss the next video. Thanks so much for your support. I will see you next week. Goodbye.